The question that I received asks, what do you think explains the gender double standard regarding young people's sexuality that exists in so many cultures? Essentially, to me, the answer to this question is that it is all based on the culture that you are raised in. But before I elaborate on my answer, first we must look at the definition of a double standard. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, a double standard is defined as a set of principles that applies differently and usually more rigorously to one group of people or circumstances than to another, especially a code of morals that applies more severe standards of sexual behavior to women than to men. From researching this topic, it seems that double standards exist in just about every culture. Our textbook, Adolescence and Emerging Adulthood, discusses something known as restrictive cultures. Restrictive cultures often place strong prohibitions on adolescent sexual behavior before marriage. It is often frowned upon, and the adolescent may be shunned within their own family and community. However, the punishment is usually more severe for the girls than the boys. In certain parts of East Africa and the rainforests of Brazil, from the age of 7 until adulthood, boys and girls are expected to live separately from one another. This is done in hopes of preventing sex before marriage. The boys live with their father and other men, and girls live with their mothers and other women. Restrictive cultures often pass on to their adolescents that premarital sex is something that is frowned upon, and the only reason that they have this belief is because it is the culture that they are raised in. Very similar to the common quote that you are a product of your environment. I asked Milena Pofo, who plays tennis here at EKU. She is from Joinville, Brazil. I asked her a couple of questions regarding double standards in premarital sex. Here's what she had to say.
So, I think that double standards exist because of the man has the necessity, like, to flirt with a lot of girls and stuff. I think that's natural. Like in the beginning, like animals, guys like dogs like to stay with a lot of and I think that's something that's normal, but of course I don't think it's like right. But in Brazil, you don't do that, of course, because it's not right. But I think it happens more in Brazil than here, because like men in Brazil, they are smarter than here. And here in US, girls usually go for the guys, and Brazil is completely different. Like girls never will go like, hey, can I have your number, or can I let's hanging out. Like no, it doesn't happen in Brazil. Like the guys has to go for the girls, and here is completely different. I think we have a lot the bias about men and women because I mean in Brazil. Because like woman has to take care of the home and guy has to work, but like I think nowadays things are changing. Like women are working more and like guys are taking care of home together with his wife and stuff like that. Normally, like you have children after your marriage and stuff like that. But today, people are like getting married, like 30 years old, like 20 years ago, like they were getting married like with 16, 15, and then have children with 18. But now it's different.
Young people in Asia and South America often disapprove of premarital sex because they are raised on these beliefs that were passed down to them from their parents and other elders in their community. One culture that I believe exemplifies the issue of double standards regarding young people's sexuality is the Middle East, meaning countries such as Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Iran. In countries such as these, premarital sex can result in physical punishment and public shaming. Furthermore, premarital female virginity is a matter of her honor and her family's honor, and if she is known or believed to have had sex before marriage, then the males in her family may punish her, beat her, or even kill her. And if a male were to do the same, there is no such punishment for males when it comes to premarital sex, thus creating a double standard. In addition, young people's sexuality in the Netherlands is viewed differently as well, adding to my statement that your view of sexuality is based on the culture that you are raised in. In Northern Europe, people tend to be much more liberal or tolerant of sexual involvements by adolescents. There was a study performed in the Netherlands in which 60 young people aged 15 through 22 were interviewed with their parents. With regards to peers, results had shown that most young people reported very little pressure from peers to engage in sex, yet there was more social pressure on girls to avoid changing sexual partners frequently than boys. Another interesting result is that it is socially approved among peers for both boys and girls to be sexually active and have intercourse with a steady partner, but girls experience pure disapproval for numerous partners, whereas boys do not, thus creating another double standard. Thank you for your time throughout my presentation. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.